I'm gonna get this is a side for That's it. I'll get one there.
I appreciate that. Even that, Richard, being open on Tuesday, until my, because he don't collect the barrels at the same time. So sometimes Richard, the ones he takes are already in the backyard, and he's supposed to be able to move them. And then they finally come from the blue barrels, and then I put them upstairs with them. So if he could leave the, I don't have the key yet.
Jones. Jones.
I'd appreciate that.
Close down one, get one made. Hopefully they're going to set them up over here behind the Super Bowl.
Thank you, Richard.
I would say receipt, but next time I see 2 weeks.
How are you doing, Armando? Thumbs up.
I have a quick question. Armando, Joel,
Yeah, Robert.
Right. Thanks very much for getting the paperwork back
did
to
you
us.
guys get back to Yvette? Yeah?
Not yet. I have a couple of questions about it.
Yeah, if you guys want to do it today, I'll take it back right now. So
I have a couple of questions about it that will have to be addressed to a case manager.
Okay, because really,
I want to see the plan. I want to see the plans.
the plan?
The plans.
Your plans?
Yes, the 2 plans that are attached to that will be attached to the document.
Okay, because putting your names in was like pre-approved, but it was supposed to have been done like the day that I brought it the other day.
We weren't told that.
So it's kind of like time limited.
Yeah.
I'm going to meet with Andrew right now, and I really wanted to have,
Well,
if you guys want to be honest, like you guys weren't in that first mix, and we're kind of like.
I can give it to you, but I want to know what the supporting documents in fact say.
Because you have a copy for yourself, right? And then you can go back to him, and you can take it back, but I just don't want you guys to be left out.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to be like that.
So why don't you guys, if you want to do it now, and I'll put you on the list. I'll go with Andrew, and then if you guys say I don't like what the plan says, then say take me out of the mix. It's easier to be taken out of the list, but that you have it in now because you were given that window, than to
That's
wait.
I wanted to look at it.
Then to wait, and then they say no, it's too far gone. You guys just weren't in the mix. So if you have it now, turn it in and pull yourself out if you don't want what that plan says, because time is of essence in all this. When we're still trying to work on your, putting people in here. So.
Pizza boxes, if you want to leave them on the table, if they're empty, that's fine. I'll be responsible for them. And paper plates, yes, but paper napkins, no, throw those away. But the paper plates, yes.
No, definitely, I'd love to see you on television doing commercials because you have such passion for it, and I think people would understand it coming from her. I mean, you should talk to people who do recycling and tell them that you would be willing, and if you are.
Do a PSA for it.
Yeah, because she doesn't do it like
public service.
You always want to listen
PSA.
and do it, and kids need to hear somebody like you. Just say it. Oh, we're just not naturally, not complicated, not technically inclined, nor just do something that makes it sound like, this is something. You make it sound easy.
I hear you.
Would you like me to bring over at John Stewart and RCD? They're really moving in this direction, this green, ecologically friendly kind of operations and property management. And I know John Stewart, we have these pictures that show what should go into what bin.
Yeah, everything needs to be clearly and permanently labeled.
That's
That's going to be one of the problems.
I thought you were going to say that John Stewart had a film crew and they were going to come record it so
Well, they should do that,
they could
too.
push a button and then they could see Daphne over
No, but it's not rocket science. Let's keep it simple. Have you noticed things go down smoother when they're simple? You know what I mean?
You do that.
Understand? Easy to understand. So, but I understand. Yeah, the pictures
I'll get that.
would be helpful.
Okay. Then we can just put them up on the wall there or something. Over that. Okay, so we will do some announcements. So remember that email you sent me from Craigslist for the wooden furniture? I've been sending them emails and emails because I like their furniture and it seems reasonably priced. I hadn't gotten any response back, so then I called again, and I finally got a message back from a woman who's gave me her phone number, and that was right before I was going on vacation. So I think I finally got a hold of her. I'm going to call her back, and I'm planning on getting some nice wooden benches, a picnic table out in the back. They have the picnic table that we're looking for. So I'm hoping I can get that purchased in the next week or so and have it out here for you guys, and we can throw away the older stuff. So I haven't forgotten. I've been trying to get the furniture that lady makes. Really nice, really well made, and it's inexpensive, kind of right up what we're looking for. So that should be happening in the next week or so. Other announcements. We still don't have an applicant per se for the vacant unit. I was going to ask Rosemary for any updates. Do you have any updates on it?
I do. There's still a few more people now in the mix, and we're going to have a housing committee meeting today, and too many people had other things so that we're not going to have it. We rescheduled it, but I'm going to talk to Andrew to see if maybe next week the next best person can be interviewed, because they have to interview and then they send it to you. Yeah. So that's where we are with that. And we have a list, a waiting list of people, but we want them to be right. And that's what at the last meeting that came up. There was concerns about who was going to be coming, and I told them that it's not a process like we just throw someone in. That first we have a list of people, then they get vetted, and they get vetted on how qualified they are to be able to follow the household rules. And we don't want to see another problem like what happened here happen again. So we're trying to be a lot more careful to pick people who are ready to be here. Yeah. And then after we screen them, then Ezra's going to screen them as well.
And then at that point, we'll invite the applicant to a house meeting to do a meet and greet. You guys know the process. We want everybody to meet the person that we want to come in. I'm hoping, that process won't take too much longer, and we'll keep everybody posted on any progress. So, and then we may be having another vacant unit soon. So, I think there's a lot of conversation that's going to come up about Brian. There's more problems going on, but I wanted to talk to you privately about.
Yeah, and I did leave a message before I came here to Yvette, because I wanted to see if she had something. We also emailed.
Okay, you showing me.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any announcements?
I just had the announcement yesterday. I'm not sure, but I hope everybody was invited. But if you weren't, I just want to let you know they had like a going away party for Dr. Moorhead. I don't know how many of you knew him, but he's like the head psychiatrist there in Brooklyn Mental Health. And I think yesterday was his last day, and they had.
Who's replacing him?
We're not sure yet, but let me tell you, they've already picked him. They just haven't said the name. They have somebody already new there. I mean, so that part's already done. They just haven't come out with a formal announcement, and they haven't told us yet either. So it's soon to come to see who's the full-time substitute. And we're praying and hoping that it's somebody who's just as vested, because Dr. Moorhead was very, very close and bonded to his clients.
I was over in Oxford yesterday, and I ran into Ahura.
So she was there.
I gave her a ride over to her because she wanted to see him off. So
she was there. She was looking really good. She was feeling really great. She's really excited, and she's very active in a lot of different. I talked to her for a few times and told her to stop by and see her new place.
So it sounds like she's happy everywhere
she's very engaged, and that's what makes people, whatever. I mean, if you're engaged in baseball, just be engaged in what you do. She's found lots of different opportunities to express her creativity, and you all know that she's a really active mind and very creative. So you'll probably see her. But she was really, I guess she really loved Dr. Morgan too, because she was there cheering him on. Yeah.
So is he retiring, or is he just going someplace else?
I think he's retiring. I think he's been there like 30 plus years at least.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you saw his picture when he was really young there, then middle-aged there, and now there, but he has a good spirit. I've only seen him and sensed him, but he rides bikes to work. He rides a bike to school.
Does Tinley still work at PMH?
Tinley does.
She's not involved in MK anymore.
No, she's at the cat team.
Do you ever hear from her?
Herb.
Herbert?
Herbert Singleton?
Yeah.
No.
He's gone.
I know he's gone.
They got him, I can't remember what, they got him to do something else, not with DMH. He's doing something else in the city, I think. I think so. I mean, that's the last I heard, but I can't
Yeah, he
remember.
used to come to the meetings, he cooked some dinners for us, he was a good guy.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, maybe one day I won't cook you guys some dinner because you won't eat it, but I might invite my daughter who does cook really good. She's like in that chef school.
Cordon bleu?
No, she actually just loves cooking, and she was doing some like culinary at the college. But she's just good. You know how some people have a really good, what do you call it when you do really good with season in the food? It's called something when you just have that knack
They have a palate, a good palate.
that you can throw. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
wife is like that. She doesn't use a cookbook. She just, she flies, what they call fly by wire.
A pinch of this and a dab of that.
Just, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was the biggest announcement I had right now. I'm trying to think of anything else. 4th of July is coming up on Wednesday next week, so any of you have a chance, you guys are really fortunate to have the Berkeley fireworks right here. And if you don't want to go, you can always watch it on TV. I was watching Channel 4, and they broadcast live all the fireworks from San Francisco, San Rafael, Berkeley, like 4 or 5 different places. They're broadcasting it. So if you don't want to go out with the crowd, you can watch it. I love fireworks, so what a waste of money, but.
My wife talked me into last year driving our bikes down to the marina last year.
Here?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Tell us about it. I've never done that ever.
It was hard getting through all the traffic, but it was worth it because we got a great spot. And then getting out was easy because we had our bikes. We didn't have to worry about traffic. We had to navigate through all the crazy traffic. But right there, they have one at Pier 39 and one at Fort Mason. And you can situate yourself right in the middle and you can watch both of them. And they're simultaneously coordinated. So pretty cool. Fireworks show.
So I'm trying to think if we have any other announcements.
I have in September. I think I'll be scheduling my unit inspections and doing certifications. Most folks here have signed off a release, so you guys don't really need to worry. Just me, you, and Daphne will, the few papers we have to sign. And then I'll do unit inspections as well. I'll wait until September. And then I don't know how to do the ones.
Is there any issues that we need to be brought attention of? Is that what we're aware of?
Yeah, but I do want to mention that his behavior is escalating. Jeremy was telling me about, he was in the kitchen, walked by him, had a pot or a glass full of water and just threw it all over Jeremy and the couch. He called him, just threw it on him and called him a male.
Called him a male prostitute, yeah.
Yeah. And I guess he
You
tried.
make him much?
Try to push the door on me and try to hit him in the back right there.
Try to hit, yeah. So I was just telling folks, he's probably angry because he's got to move. And if any behaviors that makes any verbal threats or any physical threats, or if he hits you or anything, I would just call the police.
Yeah.
Brian.
Oh, he's a drunk guy. He's always cutting somebody in the kitchen with a knife.
What?
He got me with a knife.
He's extreme. I don't know about throwing knives on people, but you know that he carries a box cutter and a pocket knife, both of which are legal. Like the thing with Ahura, with the cutting up of the box, when he does that, he doesn't just methodically trim it up. He is aggressively attacking that box. I mean, I know this is subjective and all of that stuff, but he's got a lot of repressed anger at him. A lot of this may be triggering. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it personally, but I think the reason I asked that question earlier was I think that there sort of ought to be a uniform policy that we call the cops or whatever, if that's what it's going to be.
I agree.
So that it's uniform and people aren't, just getting intimidated or whatever. But
Some of his use of knives
highly intimidating.
It's kind of brandishing.
That's exactly what it is. It is brandishing.
Like, he's trying to...
I can be laying on my bed and I will hear him chopping in the kitchen, cutting potatoes, cutting meat, cutting vegetables, and you can hear it that far back in the house. I mean, it's like, it's an attack.
I think a brandishing of a weapon, even if it's implied a threat, I'd call police.
Yeah.
For your own safety.
Yeah.
There's been repeated attacks by passers-by too, directly in front of the house.
Like
A lot
what?
of cops like spoke and snapped. That's Brian, all right. You know?
Well,
He stands out here on the side of on the ramp and is kind of cursing and talking to
Yeah,
him.
well, that happens all over the house, and that's like, we have basically what I would consider 2 weeks of peace and quiet. That's about the length of time that you can keep something under control. And it kind of let loose again Thursday night.
Some of the residents have mentioned that he is going about his business day to day as if almost as if he's not aware that he has to move out. And I don't want to breach confidentiality, but I'm wondering if he does know. I put a copy of the letter on the door. I don't know if this is true because I don't want to bring anybody else's details into it, but it's a serious issue. I talked to Robert for a couple hours the other day when we got those papers because he was concerned about it, and I think Dan Unger came over to see him to discuss those plans with him. But he said, and I don't know that it's true, I'm just reporting what he told me, that he talked to Brian, and Brian said, it's okay, I've got it taken care of. Like he had a discussion with Mr. Wicker, and things were smoothed over. There's a part of Brian that's still, totally in denial about any of it. Well, I don't know.
And then there's a side of him that's coming out in the middle of the night in the bathroom. And Brian, what are you doing to yourself? We're tired of it. Quit screwing us over.
I spoke to him in the morning and was completely sober before he goes to options. And I just asked him point blank, do you have a problem with me, Brian? He says, no, I don't have a problem with you. Then I said, well, do you remember doing this, this, and this to me? And he says, oh, I would never do that. I mean, I wasn't angry or confrontational about it either. I was very...
That happens with most of us. It's just exactly that. And I don't know which part's true, probably both.
Do you know if he's aware? Is he aware of the notice? Does he know?
I couldn't tell you for sure. I thought he was. I'll check in, like I said, with Yvette and Nancy and see if that's a concern that he might not be. And I'm meeting with Andrew today at 3.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring it up with him to put more heat on the fire from that way this way.
Okay, and that was just 2 Mondays ago. She was on the front porch talking about it.
Oh, is he?
She said something about winter. That was in Livingston when I said they were starting to believe it. I was watching TV.
And then I remember she was going to come the last time I came, but he wasn't here. Is he here right now?
No, not yet.
Because he that same day he called her back the following Monday, but she was there that Thursday and Friday. And I was speaking Partisans, and that day she was out there on the front porch talking to me. And he said, right there on the front porch. And I was in the 2 days, and I went to the store, I went to this guy, I think about the front door. And they were talking, the windows were open.
But I did not hear what it was about or whether it was about that, so I don't really know. But the impression that I got was that she was supposed to come over and pick him up and take him to some places. But I don't know if that's a fact. Whether he meant. I don't know.
I had it as a priority on our agenda today, but it's been canceled, so I went ahead and just scheduled a meeting for Andrew just so for that.
Okay. And you'll let me know.
Yeah. And then we don't have a meeting next week. Next week, I'm not going to be here because we have the 4th of July, so it gets my 1-hour week pretty much. So, I'm not going to be around.
I'll be around. And if you guys, call me if something's going down, then you need to get over here right away. Anything else we want to discuss?
We have a burnout light in the hallway, but she needs not keep turning the slide off in the hallway like this. Keep turning it off.
You want the lights off at all times, or
On.
on all times?
Yeah.
These hallway lights come that way.
So one thing, I just wanted to say, The last time we had a meeting, there was quite a discussion about when people smoke, it comes into the, and I don't know what to say about it. When people are smoking in the room, they're abiding the rules, but once they open the door, it does come into common. So.
Well, what I've done, and I've supplied a number of folks fans for their rooms. What I ideally ask smokers to do is we give them a window fan so that they can blow the smoke out their bedroom window.
Just text it out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, no, we don't, you don't smell smoke or affect it. I don't have a cough and I don't want one in the kitchen or the hallways. The only time smoke penetrates the hallways is if people leave their private doors open too long, or if, like a couple of people were doing, smoking in the bathrooms. My major concern is the use of tobacco products in the kitchen. And I will just go absolutely ballistic if it ever happens again. And I mean absolutely ballistic. And that is not a threat.
Yeah, it just seems inappropriate for people to use the stove as an ashtray, not an ashtray, but as
The cigarette lighter and the kitchen or the living room as a private smoking room. It's not.
Well, please let me know. You can let me know confidentially, or you can let me know now who it is, and then I will follow up.
Because we never had any. There are really no problems. Smokers have their room if the door is closed, and everybody's got fans if they want one, and they can smoke outside. We've never had a problem. It's really somebody else getting willful about their behavior. And testing the limits. Well, I know, that's what we're talking about, but she's not here right now.
Yeah, we talked to...
Oh, her mother was here, what, last Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in contact with the mother, and when Sarah comes back, she's going to be coming back, and I'll have a talk with her about that, and I think things will be better when she comes back. Anything else? Okay, we will adjourn. Thank you very much.
See you again on
Dạ.